when you think about LA being able to cut 40% of its services and still survive, you're going, wait a second, you know, how can that be? How can you cut 40% of the budget and still operate?
That's true.
You shouldn't be able to do that. You know, you just shouldn't. That's just too much. That's approaching half. You know, that's approaching half of. Was it unnecessary? So when times are good and you got the budget, you just go ahead and spend it regardless of whether it's effective or not. And so then when times get tough, then you say, okay, well, where can we cut? Well, golly gee, we can cut 40% and still operate.
Still
And you go, wait a second here. Who's looking at our best interest here? And that's the same case with LA. It's the same case with San Jose. And to a certain extent, it's the same place in cities like Santa Cruz and Watsonville.
Right.
When they had the money, they spent it, and they spent it like crazy. In the state, Governor Arnold threw the old governor out. Came in. I'm the guy going to control it. Got in, couldn't do it. What he couldn't do when times were good, he couldn't say no. He couldn't say, well, we can't give the money to schools when we've got it, because that's going to look like we're anti-schools, right? So I said, okay. And then it came to this point. Well, apparently, virtually none of the municipalities can do that. And of course, if you look at the vendors and the unions, etc., that are now attached to the governments on all different levels, and you see it was just you couldn't stop it. So apparently, the only way that you can stop the growth is to cut the funding. You can't stop it in terms of legislation, because politicians won't do what they say they're going to do. So what's happening now is the only way that the size can be controlled, unfortunately. It seems like a really crazy way to do it.
Yeah.
But when you can lay off 40% of cut back 40% and still operate, then you have to really question, what's going on here.
Right.
It just doesn't make sense, yeah.